Hey everyone, Nathan Nerdarchy here from Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds. And today we're going to be talking about our favorite parts of what we do here at Nerdarchy on YouTube. And with me I have...
I'm Ted.
Dave.
I'm Ryan.
And my favorite part is making fun of Ted.
All right, there we go.
We all know that.
Yeah.
So take that, goblin nerd. So
if you weren't my brother-in-law.
oh my god. So we do a bunch of different series here, and yeah, we've all kind of like gravitated towards different ones.
And I just am like, you know what? Part of Nerdarchy is to, share what we are and share, our opinions with you guys. So I was like, well, why don't we do a video where we just talk about, hey, we've got these series, which one's our favorite and why?
Good call.
So
I just noticed you're wearing a pin.
Yeah, well, I went to,
After we shot a couple of videos, I'm like, there's a pin. Ted's the only one wearing a pin. He thinks he's better than us.
Maybe. Who made you Grand Marshal of the Nerds? Well, he pierced his
We
nerd.
went to South Jersey Geek Fest today, and
We did.
I figured I'd give them a little bit of love by wearing the pin that I got in the loot bag.
I don't think you're gonna give him that much love. Looking at the monitor, it's like this big.
It could be a sticker.
Well, see, now they've gotten like a full minute's worth of plug because you brought it up.
We're gonna have to charge him
Every other season they do one. So
every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
April, October.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to the content. My favorite series is the Mage Forge. I think it's really cool to make magic items. I love making unique magic items. I don't like pulling just something out of the book because, hey, you get something special, you get something fun. And the concept of the Mage Forge is we come together to do the videos with a concept, an idea, some part of
just
it.
the name.
Could be just a name or a concept, and we build it out from
our wits, our imagination, and our DMG, and nothing else.
That's right.
And
in a cage match, something is forged.
The creative processes involved, have created some really cool magic items, some really cool story stuff, and some awesome world building stuff just by let's make a magic item. So to me, that's my favorite. What about the rest of you guys? Who else wants to chime in?
All right, so for me, it's speaking of world building, it is the world building, because I mean that's my favorite part, is just coming up with a mythology, sort of thinking about how can we do the cliche like elves, dwarves, gnomes, and stuff, and how can we take those fantasy tropes and kind of make them our own and customize them. And so the way that we've been slowly exploring that and bringing things together is what I'm really into. Pantheons are always super fun. Like, how can we take the concept of deities that have clearly been done before? Like, every world has its gods of like truth and justice, or
And the American way.
or
America.
but or their deities of like slaughter or whatever. But like, what little spins or tweaks can we put on it that makes it feel like our own?
What makes our world more unique or stand out?
More unique.
From all the other worlds that people are playing in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also too, like, I feel like you want to make something that can stand, shoulder to shoulder with like a, an Eberron, or with a
Dark Sun,
or a Ravenloft sort of thing. Something that's like feels iconoclastic and not sort of as done
oddly enough,
before.
I've noticed you didn't mention Dragonlance or Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, amazingly.
Or
Yeah,
Greyhawk.
or Greyhawk. Because like those are pretty much every RPG setting. They are the Tolkien setting.
Like, what would Tolkien put out if he did it today?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, and Tolkien really was the first, giving credits where credits due, and also the sort of shared world of Thieves' World. Like, those were the early progenitors of this whole thing. But what?
Progenitor?
Really? Progenitor? That's how you say that?
You have progeny.
You know
are the progenitor.
Yeah, progenitor.
You know what you guys just started down in the comments below.
Flame on! Yeah. All right, so people can correct the pronunciation however they so desire.
They were going to whether you asked or not.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right, guys.
Well,
we
come
love
on.
you for it.
We are nerds.
I like both Mage Forge and world building. And one thing I have to say about world building is not making something different just for being different. Like, all of our stuff is starting to mesh and fit together as we add new things. It's not just simply like, oh, our elves are really tall. I don't know why. So that kind of, making it unique, but not making it unique just because we want to do that.
I hate that when people are like, I want to do this, and I'm like, why?
I want to do something totally whack job.
Like
No one's
all
ever
of
done it
my elves
before.
have unicorn horns growing out of the center of their head.
And then you ask them why. Well, just to be different. I'm like, oh, that's the worst reason to do anything.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So what is your favorite series?
My favorite is Game Master Tips, and pretty much it's because as a game master that's developed over the years, I think that our experience and our knowledge, being able to like talk and help people out, and also kind of give them our insights into how long we've been gaming and what we've come up with and what we, how we problem solve or how we come up with stuff. I think it's really helpful too, just like, expanding the hobby, making people have like, oh, maybe, with their suggestions, maybe I could kind of like try this or try that, and they're that's going to give them experimentation practice, and kind of developing their own GM skills.
So a combined 80 to 90 years worth of gaming sitting at the table here is a wealth of information for helping out fellow game masters.
Well, you know what's good about it is like there are some people that they didn't really know anybody that game. Like even nowadays, like you might live in a community where like nobody that games around you. And it's always really hard. It's super hard to be the first GM in your area. Like, like you just sit down with all these books, whole cloth, never like really seen games before or games played. But now like with like our channel and others and people running games online, at least you get to kind of peer over people's shoulders or even see like what's behind the process. Like Matt Click does those things where he'll sit there and then try and show you like how he sometimes comes up with ideas for writing material for his campaign and things like that. So I think that's all super helpful for the new GM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta totally agree. I mean, like we didn't like when we started, we didn't have that. You just like, okay, whoever got you into the game, you kind of just monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, they're the mentor.
And then like if you went and played with someone else and go, wait a minute, they do it completely different.
They're doing it wrong.
Well, maybe you might be they're doing it wrong, or whoa, wait, it might be an eye opener.
Yeah.
Where like now there's so much media out there. You go search YouTube and you can find 15 different ways to play the game. From like hardcore immersive role players to,
roll dice and kill shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
And slash.
And our group contains like some variety thereof. So, which I mean, we've been fortunate because we've always been kind of what I consider more middle of the road. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not hardcore immersive, but we're not hardcore gamist either.
Like, there is like every dial on the what type of gamer are you. There's a time I fit into all of them. So I'm like the absolute, center crossroads, of it. There's times where like the scene is really role playing intensive and I really want to be in it. I don't want anything to take me out of it. The time that I yelled, put the dice down, talk to this person, it's like there's role playing going on. But then there's other times, when it's like I just want to kill shit, There's that time that I got the giant foot right to the face, It happens. So
some days it's put the dice away, and other days it's giant foot to the face.
So with that, what's your favorite series?
Oh, I gotta do one too. No, you know what? I like the one that actually came up with the idea in the comments of one of our videos with one of the viewers. I don't remember which one. I mean. Sorry, guy. I know, like when we first introduced it, and the dude commented on like the first video. He's like, "That was me," and I still don't remember who it was because
we comment a lot.
We had thousands of comments, but we were talking back and forth, and he had a request about something, and that really just made me think of Monster BFFs. I think that's just a hilarious idea. Yeah. And then so we just basically try and take two monsters that you might not necessarily think go together.
We want to make it the not obvious choice.
Like the Ettercap giant spider or the Ward goblin. Like everyone knows you put those together. But
peanut butter and jelly of monsters.
But the giant octopus that's worshipped by a clan of Kutoa. Now that shit was funny. Like if it wasn't my favorite before that, after it was, it's like, and the stuff we riffed off of that. Like the octopus that has a drift globe, which is really like this weak ass magic item that barely does anything. That for an hour a day he likes to play with it, and
it becomes a holy ritual or whatever.
Yeah. It's like when it's when the Kuto worship him.
That was a really fun video.
And it's like a cat playing with a laser pointer, and that's their god.
He speaks,
and you work the claw thing back in, which is actually in that too. that came out of the kobolds and Odiog thing.
Yeah,
because it's something that after we were done recording the video, I thought about them like doing like, oh, it's the claw. But again, anything that sort of will reach out and grab you. You could do the claw thing. Right? You know?
You have been chosen.
You have been chosen.
You know, if you're not a Toy Story fan, you know,
Billy on you.
If you don't have a moving buddy, get one.
You gotta at least love the hilarity, you know, of the claw angle and the the little aliens.
Yeah.
So, in the comments below,
what's your favorite series?
What's your favorite series or if you have a series you'd like to see us do, let us know. So while you're doing all that, feel free to like, share, even subscribe.
Hopefully we'll even remember your name when you give us the idea.
It's a really great idea.
Yeah, well, we try. But with that, check us out on nerdarchy.com.
Or you can hang out with us over on Twitter. I'm tweeting there often enough.
And you can join the conversation over on Reddit.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.